The Bible is really a story about God. Many times we as Christians, we read the Bible, we thought these are the people we need to learn, and they are our example. Of course, many people, they are our example, but really the Bible put Jesus as our example, and introducing Jesus as the one who really is the center of the whole story. For example, I think the most preached story, one of the story, is the rich young ruler. And I heard many sermons talking about how the rich young ruler, he lacked faith. He just lacked one thing. So many times the title is lacking one thing, or like Jesus telling him, you forsake everything, follow me, this kind of title. But when we read the story in Mark 10, and really almost every story has one key text you could find. And in Mark 10, the key text for this story, I think many people have other versions, but for me, the key text is Mark 10:21. And Jesus looked at him and loved him. This young man, he was excellent young man. He is the one who I think almost all the Adventist girls would love him as the best husband, because he was young, he was rich, he was ambitious, and also he knew Jesus could satisfy his hunger. He was so excellent already, but he still felt hunger in her spiritual walk with God. So he come to Jesus, and he was humbled, because Jesus, who was him? He was just coming from these unknown places and famous for crimes. And but when he started to talk to Jesus, actually Jesus looked at him and loved him. When Jesus look at us, we are in trouble. Because when Jesus look at us, he wants to call us out from the ordinary life we used to live, comfortable life. And he knows when he look at us, he knows our strength, like this young ruler. Ellen G. White said, like one writer, Ellen G. White said, he could become a next Paul, Apostle Paul. Jesus looked at him, and Jesus looked at him and also found that he has some really weak point in his life. He loved himself too much, more than God. That's his problem. But Jesus still looked at him and loved him. And today, I really would like everybody think that today, right now, Jesus look at you, and he knows your personal life. He knows your strength and he knows your weaknesses, but he still loves you, and he calls you to follow him. And because he loves you, he would like to mold you in his hand. He would like to frame you in his image. And if we're willing, then he can create us in his image. One time I was in Florence, I think there was the statue of David, and it was Michelangelo's statue. He made that. And along the statue there were many stones. And one time the tour guide was telling me the story, said one time some people asked Michelangelo, how could you make David such a beautiful figure out of a stone? And Michelangelo said, actually every stone I could see there's something beautiful there. I only need to chop off all those wasted material, all those useless things. Then the figure inside the stone can come out. I think when Jesus look at you, when Jesus look at the ruler, when Jesus look at us, he really saw in us his image, and he loved us. He would like to create us in his image. Are we willing to be made by him and recreated by him? And don't forget that Jesus loves you, and he looked at you.